Hello, this is Walter at Violent Series, and today I will show you how to install the Violent Series trigger for the Planet Eclipse Etha. It's available in two styles, the Deuce and the Scythe. And also inside the trigger of the package will be two bearings and a bearing cradle. And we'll go ahead and show you how to get this installed. I'll set these aside. You will need a 1/16th Allen, a 5/64th, 1/8 inch, and also a Phillips screwdriver. The Allen wrenches are available in your little tool tube that comes with your Planet Eclipse. So first thing we want to do is make sure that we have the gun degassed. Once degassed, you want to go ahead and remove the macro line. Off there. And then we'll remove the grips off each side. It's just the one screw that holds the grip in. And it slides out there. Set that aside. I usually pop the battery out now because of the fact that we're going to be handling the frame and I don't want the battery to fall out and jerk on the wires, possibly. Hold on. And take the grip off the other side. What we want to do is take this 16th inch Allen wrench and the second hole. I want to insert that in there, loosen it. Once you do that, you can see the pin has already just fallen through. Just a little trick too, like if you ever get, some stock trigger, our trigger, the Violent trigger, if you ever get shot in the grip frame area and you've got paint you wanted to clean and so forth, you could just get to this stage where you're taking the grips off, taking the pin out, and you'll be able to pull the trigger out, and you can wipe the trigger off, you can get inside and clean. But for us, we have to go a step further to install the bearings. So what you'll need to do after the trigger's been removed in the pin, is you'll need to disconnect the top two set of wires, the solenoid wires and then the eye wires. Gently pull those out. Once those are done, then you'll want to take your 1/8 inch Allen wrench and remove the two frame screws. That's done, carefully pull the frame and the body and watch out for the wires there. Okay. This is the spring tension that's used on the back of the trigger. I don't know if you can see it there. When the trigger pushes against it, kind of a leaf spring there. Go ahead and see if I can't focus a little. Using the Phillips screwdriver, remove this screw here. Basically be able to pull this out. Once that's done, you'll be able to see the two bushings in the frame. You should be able to go in there with an Allen wrench, stick it in the hole and carefully pull that out. Let's see if we can zoom in here. And the other one on the other side here. You can set those aside. All you want to do is take one of the bearings, slide it along the frame here, if you can see, and we're going to insert the bearing into the slot where the bushing came from. Go ahead and push the bearing down till it seats. You'll be able to see the hole in the bearing. bearing through the pin there. We'll take the other bearing, do the same on the other side. Slide in the groove, seat it down. Next we'll take the cradle. You can see it looks like a flat piece with two. These actually, cupped ends here actually the bearings so. The total flat side would go up. You can just grab it. Set it right down in the frame in there. And it might be an angle, you might have to work it in a little bit. Should get to the point where it sits flush in there, if you can see that. And it just bridges across there. That's it, that easy. And then what we'll do is go ahead and put the spring back in. Line it up. Come here. The spring lined up correctly. Tighten that back in. And now we can put the frame back onto the body. If this has come loose here, you want to make sure that you guide the wires back in the frame there. Make sure all the wires are pulled through. Our screws, the frame. Tighten these down. Connect your solenoid wires back in and your eye wires. Go ahead and take the scythe trigger here. And just slide it in. And you'll just line the hole in the bearings in the frame, hole in the trigger. You can see that. Go ahead and insert the pin. Watch out, you put your finger over the hole in the back side. Now this is kind of important. You can't just slide the pin in and tighten it down. You have to make sure that I usually put my finger on both sides of my foot. And I feel the pin and I just kind of press on it just to make sure that it's centered within the frame. If the pin is sticking out too far out of one side, when you actually put the grip back on, it'll rub on the grip and it'll slow the pivot action down. It may feel spongy or sticky or just feel stuck. So make sure the pin's centered. I'm going to take your 16th inch Allen and that second hole there again. Tighten that down. Just do it. Slide your grip back on. Good. Put the battery back in. Get all our wires positioned. And that should do it. All the adjustments are the same. This first screw right here is the pre-travel. you'll be able to screw it in and bring it closer to activating on the micro switch. And this one here is the post travel, the travel after activating. And this one here, of course, the third one down, is your spring tension adjustment. You'll be able to adjust the tension on that. So basically the same as this stock setup. You'll feel that bearing in there. Really good feel. Should be good to go. All right, thank you.